I've been outside running around, ripping and running. Same time, you know, staying focused, staying vigilant, staying on task. Let me get my notes. I took down some notes that I want to share with y'all. How to harness, how to harness this moon energy, because the moon spirit is going to be very lively, very awake, and very active this evening. And I want everybody to be able to partake and understand what it means when you partake in the moon spirit energy, in this full moon, in this new earth after the beginning of our soul reclamation. Let me put some light shit. I don't know if that's too loud, but I ain't gonna get copywritten. The moon spirit, 2027 heaven. Let's officially start this. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And we heard that saying, right? So I'm going to play off of that, right? Yesterday's words, right? Yesterday's curses don't have to continue, right? I got to stop saying that. I don't know why I started saying that, but I got so many habits and so many different things that I just do, and I don't even catch it until, it's copied or, you know, I realize. But yesterday's energy and yesterday's curses and yesterday's things that you accepted doesn't have to be carried on until tomorrow. You don't have to accept what you've accepted yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Like when I told you before, when you're in a conversation and you don't want to talk anymore, you literally could just turn around and walk away. You're not obligated. You hold no duty to any one person on this planet, in this world, of this world, right? So, what I mean is, if you want to change, you're fully capable and you're fully allowed to change. If you want to do something different tomorrow, if you want to do something different right now, you could do something different right now. You don't have to continue the same habits. It's called growing, evolving, developing, and moving with the time, right? Not the physical man-made construct of time, but move with your time, move with divine time, move with God's speed, which is God's time. All that stuff can stop right now with you, right? That the names, the trigger words, all those things that happened in the past, all that stuff could stop right here, right now with this generation, right here, right now with this unit, with this group of people, with this dawning of this golden era, this new earth, this new renaissance that we're going into. A lot of the ways of old is going to be prevalent in today and tomorrow. It's like a new version of the old time. Y'all, you know how a lot of people say bring back the good old days or this and that? Well, this new earth is going to be the new version of all the old, not to say necessarily old as in no longer valuable, no longer viable, no longer valuable, but the things that we forgot when we went to the city, the values that we forgot when we left the house to go outside and play and get caught up in the world, the things that we lost along the way, when we were supposed to be coloring and being colorful, but then we got brought into this black and white. We got brought into the dull of the the nude colors. But the nude colors aren't a representation of being naked. The nude colors is a representation of you being stripped of all the color and being void of color. So it creates that void space within your heart. And then now, since your heart is void and the bright lights are blinding you, you're listening to these outside voices. You're so easy to go to these readers and these people that play on your fears. They play on your weaknesses. They play on the things that you are going to be able to relate to because they know what's going on. I've been speaking about what's going on for years. So it's like if the angels know about something, you best believe the devils know about it too, to a certain extent. But you're the one that they want to have the control over. So they're not playing on you knowing yourself. They're not playing on you actually getting what you're worth and what you can get from within. They want you to go to them and seek them out, right? They don't want you to seek within. They want you to seek out them. And I slow that down and I say that in that way so you can understand the technology of what I'm saying. I teach you as I speak. And as I bounce around the map and I move around the globe and I travel around the spiral, I always come back because I always want you to know the moon spirit. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's energy is not today's energy. Yesterday's curse words and trigger words is not today's curse words and trigger words. We're rewriting the script. We're not going along with the same old script. We're not doing the missionary work. We're doing the internal spiritual work. We're doing the things that they try to tell us not to do. We're going against the grain. Against the grain should be a way of life. Once I heard Nickelback say that one time, I started living my life like that. 2012, literally, for a lot of us, 2012 was when we started living because that's when the world ended. That's when the earth started to wake up again. The heartbeats start to come in again. People started to worry and wonder about life again. And as soon as we started to wonder and worry about life, here came another shutdown. They have to find ways to keep us from actually being able to unify. So they're doing everything to keep us away from being able to unify. They want us to feel anxious. So it's a lot of people talking about, this is a bad person, that is a bad person. I mean, you're gonna have to translate that, dude. So they want you to be in that mind state. And I'm not even gonna be looking at the chat for us for a minute because I don't want to lose my train of thought. They want you to be in that mind state of that fear. They want you to be in that mind state of anxiety. They want you to be in a mind state of not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing how things are going to turn out or how things are going to be. So they're selling you something off of your anxiety and off of your fear instead of giving you life, which is what I'm doing, what I'm telling you, how to harness the spirit of the moon, because something came through the moon. And there's many things that's still coming through the moon, and they're coming through the sun as well. Just as you have dragons coming through the sun, you have something coming through the moon too, right? Everything has to be balanced. The darkness has been in an imbalance. It's been oversaturated with darkness. So now we got to come and oversaturate with light. But the light that they're shining is not the sun. They're shining a flashlight, like when you're in an interrogation room and they want to get answers out of you. So they're making you blinded by these lights. And when you're blinded by the light, you're distorted and disoriented. So when you're distorted and disoriented, they could say anything. They could tell you wherever to go. Hey, you go this way. And you're like, okay. You feel like you're listening to God. You feel like you're listening to a higher source. You feel like you're listening to your angels, your spirit team, and then boom, you feel something nibbling at your feet, and you think, where the heck is you stepping at? And you done stepped in the crocodile pit, right? And now you gotta wonder who was leading you. Now you're questioning God. Now you're questioning your spirits. Now you're questioning yourself because you were played on by somebody using your anxiety and your fear and flashing that bright light in your face and not giving you life and not telling you that they are death. Like I tell you, I am death. I'm not fear. Fear makes you want to die. Fear stops you from living, but death makes you live. You ever heard somebody say the closer I get to death is the more I feel alive, right? The things that make me the adrenaline junkies, right? The skydivers, the bungee jumpers, they are going to sudden death, but it's making them feel so alive because one, a bungee jumper has a cord, a skydiver has a parachute. So when they're jumping out that plane, they're heading towards their death. But that thing that they're doing, that adrenaline that they're feeling, that's life. That's why whenever they try to wake somebody up, they hit them with the adrenaline pen and it brings them up. So that's what's gonna happen in this full moon, right? A lot of people aren't gonna be able to harness the energy of the moon because it's a lot of drinking, it's a lot of, toxic smoking. I'm not saying you can't smoke your herb and you can't smoke your tobacco. Both of those come from the earth, but the other smoke. And I'm even guilty of it myself, right? But if you don't get yourself to equilibrium, it's going to be a little bit harder. Like one of the readers said something that resonated with me, and it's going to bring me to my next topic of discussion, right? It resonated with me. They said, what the hell? I'm losing my train of thought so quick. I'm having a brain fart. Let me see if I could come back to it. I should have wrote it down because that's one of the things I didn't write down. Let me see if I come back to it. But anyway, don't confuse resonance with confirmation. A lot of people are going through shit right now. A lot of people are being betrayed. A lot of masks are being torn off. A lot of people are going in and doing that shadow work. So you're going to hear a lot of people that's playing on your fear and playing on your lack of knowledge and your thirst for answers. A lot of people are going to be playing on that, and you're going to think that just because something they say resonated with you, that that's a confirmation for you, and you start living your life towards the way that they perceived it, or that towards the way that they manipulated you to think that you should perceive your life. When you hear somebody say take everything with a grain of salt, even what I'm saying, take it with a grain of salt. Don't trust me, trust yourself. Something brought you here. It's the allure of the truth that brought you here. But it's the fact that it is the truth, and the messenger is what creates that uncomfortability and that disturbance. So it's going to disturb that comfortability within you. And you might want to click off, or you might want to say some negative, or you might want to, you know, because everybody is being played on. Everybody is being used. Everybody is being infected because everybody is listening to all the stuff that is oversaturated in the industry and the social medias and the Instagrams and the Facebooks of the world. We're caught up in the internet, but 2027, we're going to be caught up in reality. We're going to be understanding a lot more that art imitates life. It needs life to be able to create something. So you can create whatever you want to create, because you have that God within you. I told y'all, I put it in my songs. Shit don't get easier. I get stronger. I beat the odds because the God is in me. I got some friends that was killed by the streets. I pray to the Lord it don't happen to me. I say a prayer for every plate that I eat, because ain't no time where I'm eating for free, right? So every day I get to wake up and grind. I save all my money. I don't waste a dime. Matter of fact, my girl is a dime. She know that it's true, because every time I tell her she smile, her pretty brown eyes, I hate when she cry. That should just make my heart feel like it died. And that's going to resonate with a real man, because only real men know how to send a message with saying less, or how to put a message within a comedic way, how to put a message within an entertaining way, like the Boondocks. All that stuff is not just comedy. You will laugh at it because you went through it and you experienced it. So it's like you can see resonance within the show Boondocks, but that doesn't confirm your life. That doesn't confirm your situation. That doesn't confirm who you are, right? You might see they portraying us in a way, right? They'll get the stories right, but the way that the people are acting out the script is outlandish because they need to grab your attention. So it needs to be like anime. When anime came out, it's all over exaggerated stuff, right? Goku charging up. They How the hell the enemy is standing there watching you charge up instead of just attacking you, right? So everything has to be over exaggerated. So they take that and it resonate even more with you. So now you want to be like a character that you see on TV, and it comes full circle to what I was saying, where they take your dreams and they put it on a script and tell you that it's not possible. But if you go within and you actually do the shadow work, you can be meditating and floating in the air, just like the person that they took the video of doing it, and they Getty imaged it and copyright it and put it on Google, so you can't think that it's real. You thought that that's somebody that's being, suspended by some motherfucking strings, and you can't do it, you know? But like I said, when the moon hits the sky and the sun sets, that's when meditation needs to start. That's when intention needs to be honed. That's when purpose needs to be realized. That's when life needs to be what you choose. Because if you don't choose life, the only other option is going to be chosen for you, unless you've given oversight or final judgment to someone in your spiritual team or your angelic team that you trust, that can take that and make that choice for you. But if that starts happening, you can't sit there and be mad when shit starts changing, because shit don't change until shit change. And I've been saying that for years, until they started saying it. Shit don't change until shit change. Even when Barack came in, even when Barack came in office talking about change, I knew wasn't nothing gonna change, because ain't nothing changed. Don't shit change unless shit change. Unless you see shit being torn down and actually shit being broken up, and you seeing new legislation and the whole shit being torn down, and the whole ain't no what's the R word that they talk about, going in and reconstruction. Ain't no reconstruction. We done with reconstruction. Y'all not reconstructing shit no more. We deconstructing, because y'all the evolution us into fucking hell, right? When you say the evolution and the letter D hyphen evolution, it's the same exact thing. Just depends on how you say it, right? Tomato, tomato, right? It's a devolution, but they say it so you can understand it in a slow form. The evolution, right? The evolution of the people, the evolution of the animals. Am I saying the evolution or devolution? You see how I'm saying? It's tricknology. Jay-Z taught me that. That's why I listen to real rap and real hip hop. That ain't no cap. Feel me? Shout out to Nick's on the hat. Let me turn it forward so y'all can see what I'm rocking with. Hold on. Yeah. Put my hand down. God damn. Take a break. Put my hand down for a second. Do you know what I'm stopping you for? Because I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mind reader, sir? I don't know. Am I under arrest or should I guess some more? Well, you were doing 55 and a 54. License and registration, step out of the car. You carrying a weapon on you. I know a lot of you are. I ain't stepping out of shit. All my papers legit. Do you mind if I look around the car a little bit? Well, my glove compartment is locked. So is the trunk in the back. And I know my rights, so you're going to need a warrant for that. Huh. Aren't you sharp as a tack? You's a type of lawyer or something, somebody important or something. Shit, I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit, enough that you want to legally search my shit. Well, we'll see how smart you are when the canines come. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. The bitch was the dog. The canine unit, that was the bitch, that was the problem, not an actual female. But this is not a hoe in the sense of having a pussy, but a pussy having no goddamn sense. Yo, I love rap. I love music. I love technology. I love breaking it down to y'all in a way that the streets can understand. Because I know a lot of children be here listening to the words I be saying. I know y'all be in and out. Y'all got short attention spans. So do I. But I'm here. So when y'all click back, I'm going to still be right here. Shield and a sword inside of my hand. It might look like a mic to you, but just imagine what a mic could do. So just imagine when I write the truth, I'm just enlightening you. And I'm going to ignite the youth. What else I got? You could be one of the ones. When you use that moon energy, I know y'all probably expect me to be talking about, shuffling cards. Y'all expect me to be putting up pictures so it can be more lies, more bullshit, more shit to fuck up your imagination and manipulate you while I'm talking. You can't even ask me no questions. But what I'm really telling you, the moon, something's coming out of the moon. The dragon's coming out of the sun. So the riders or whoever else is coming out of the moon. The moon got energy too. Regardless if they tell you it's a hollow ball, if science is telling you the moon is hollow and the moon is fake, you need to understand that the moon is very real. The moon is not hollow and the moon is not fake. Science will tell you the opposite of what you should believe. If they tell you don't panic, that's when you should start panicking. When you see Super Bowl time come around, that's when you should start looking at the garages and looking down under the motherfucking parking garage. Look under the stadium, see who's carrying what under the stadium. Some suspicious barrels being carried under the stadium. You think it's liquor, you think it's beer. It's people stuffed in there. What? The best way to get away with anything is to do it in front of everybody. In the front of a whole mess. Make it messy so nobody asks or nobody questions anything. They won't see that one little speck that you try to cover up, but you just made a whole mess. Right? Let's say it's dinner time, right? Somebody put some raisins in the potato salad. Somebody start talking shit about somebody put raisins in the potato salad. You hear it, you break the whole table because there's raisins in the potato salad. So now the whole dinner is gone. Now nobody thinking about the raisins in the potato salad, are they? They're thinking about the whole fucking dinner is gone. What happened to the whole fucking dinner? Who broke the table? They ain't worried about the raisins in the potato salad. So what I'm telling y'all, when the moon gets high in the sky this evening, have your intentions intact. If you've written your stuff down, you got your little candles, you and your circles or whatever, y'all better be fucking ready.
Because if y'all not ready, y'all motherfuckers gonna get sacked. Because it's level playing field, and we playing to get our quarterback. It's 25 to life. This is death row. What you know? Moon spirit is gonna be letting off some, and you gotta balance it off. Where my Libra's at, you gotta balance the scales, right? Dark, light. You see the light behind me? Ain't nothing over there, right? But I'm still shining, and I'm still glowing. Half of me darkened, half of me lightened. It's still balanced. So when the moon full and you get to stare into the moon, remember when you watch the cartoons or the movies or whatever, you see the wolf staring to the moon and Van Helsing, when he looked up in the moon, when you look into the moon, shit is gonna start happening. Your sacred energy is going, that kundalini, that serpent gonna start rising like a motherfucker. He's gonna be going up and down like a motherfucking coil spring. You're gonna start feeling hot. You're gonna start sweating. You're gonna need to put the AC on 67. You might need to put the AC on 67, and keep that motherfucker on low so it can float, or put it on high. Just depending on how much your energy spikes, because your energy is gonna take a spike. The moon comes out. Sunset is it's 7:58 right now. Sunset is at 8:30. So 2030 hours, the moon is gonna be out, regardless if you can see it or not. But when you get to see the moon, that's when it's gonna start spiking your energy, your kundalini. That little serpent is gonna start going up and down like a coil spring, right? You ever seen coils get heated, right? It looks like it's going like this, and then they turn the heat up, and then it goes so fast you can't even see the freaking coils anymore. All you see is the red, and the red is gonna be your body, right? You're gonna feel it in your spine. You're gonna start feeling shivers. You're gonna start getting hot flashes. Your feet gonna start sweating. Your palms are gonna start sweating. Whenever there's any type of disturbing energy around you, you're gonna feel like something's poking you in the back of your neck, right? You're gonna feel like something's poking you in the back of your neck, like like if you having shivers, but it's not gonna be shivers. It's gonna feel like shivers, but it's gonna feel like somebody poking you in the back of your neck. And then boom, something is gonna appear. It might be a cat, might be a dog, it might be a bird flying in the sky randomly in the evening night, or it might be a person that walked by. Who knows, right? You might be going somewhere or whatever. You're gonna start feeling that it's gonna start getting stronger the closer the energy get, right? It's like a dragon radar, right? So see your little field right here. Feel that like a dragon radar. The closer you get to a dragon ball, and let's say the dragon balls are like negative energy or positive energy, you're gonna feel good when there's some good energy coming around. The same way that I just explained how you're gonna feel those ticks in the back of your neck, you're gonna start feeling like you're gonna start feeling something in your stomach. You're gonna start feeling something in your stomach, and it's gonna stop right here. I forgot what is this called? The sternum, right? It's gonna stop right here. It's gonna feel like it's coming from the heart, but it's not coming from the heart. It's gonna come from around the heart because the energy is getting closer, and that force field, that energy field, is gonna start detecting the energy, and you're just gonna start feeling like, some people get the ear ring. Some people, if your left ear ring, that means one thing. If the right ear ring, that means another thing. I feel like when the left ear ring, that's like lucky energy, right? Or light energy. And when the right ear ring, that means, somebody talking about you. That's that's how I that's how I've been perceiving that type of thing, right? And sometimes when you lay in the bed, you might feel like your ears are ringing. What I like to do is I like to focus my energy and my thoughts on the actual sound. Like if it's a phone ringing and you're going towards that ring noise, and the more you close your eyes and you focus your thought or your eyesight in the direction of the noise, you're gonna start feeling like you're seeing a spiral. It's gonna look cloudy, right? It's gonna look like clouds with like specks, and it's gonna look like it's swirling. It's gonna look like a spiral, right? That spiral is what you want to focus on. And when you focus on that spiral, It takes you into the best lucid dream you will ever have in your life. I promise you. Follow the ringing. Like in the movie Tarzan, when Tantar, not was it Tantar with the monkey, whatever the monkey name, right? And they played that ringing noise, and all the animals started going crazy, talking about stop the ringing. It was like breaking everything up. That same ringing noise is the one that you want to follow. When you turn everything off and it gets quiet, the moon is out. After you see the moon, you're gonna start hearing that ring. And when you listen for the ring, close your eyes, focus your eyesight. When you close your eyes and you focus your eyesight, you're focusing your third eye. And it's gonna lead you to that energy. It's gonna lead you to that phone call. It's gonna lead you to the ringing. Follow the ring, you're gonna see the spiral. Don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Follow the spiral. When you follow the spiral, the next thing you're gonna realize, the next thing you're gonna remember is getting up. And then the next thing you're gonna say is the last thing you remember is laying down. And as the day go on, this is after everything happens, right? So the after effects when you get up, don't jump and start doing what you did yesterday. Get up and don't do anything. Just sit there. And once you sit there, you're gonna start to remember everything that happened right after you laid down and you followed that ringing. The moon is gonna help you this evening. For all my people that like to meditate and like to lucid dream, this message is for you. If you watched it to the end, you got some real good, you got some real good information to carry on for the next 5 months. And that information can carry you on for the next 500 years. I broke it down to you in the best way that I could, in the best way that I know a child would understand when they rewatch this. I appreciate everybody jumping in, jumping out. But like I said, you can be amongst the ones that stop enjoying the inevitable change instead of being against the wave that will only grow, a fire that will not put out, a thing you cannot kill, a time of old being belched to life again. When you think no one is looking, that's when everyone is watching. You've been blinded by the fake lights and lies, playing on your fears. I'm just going over what I already covered. You want it so badly, you think resonance is confirmation. Resonance is not confirmation. Everybody going through shit. So if you go on somebody's page and they read about something and they talking about something and you think it resonate, that don't mean that it's a confirmation to what's going on in your life. Don't jump ahead and jump the gun and make situations worse or make choices or decisions on behalf of somebody else, right? Some of us had to make decisions because we were forced to make those decisions. If we didn't make those decisions, it was that or death, right? So unless it's life or death, that resonance is not your confirmation. You got to hear this shit 3, 6, 9 times. So that's 18 times or 9 times once in total that you got to hear it in order for it to actually be a confirmation. It can't just be a one-time thing, right? It has to be repetitive, like you planting a seed and then that seed growing into a tree and then that tree dropping another seed and then growing another tree. Now you know for a fact that's exactly what that seed does, right? Just because it grows one thing, you could drop another, drop a seed and it can grow something else. You never know. It's all on your intention. It's all on what you have been going through. All I told y'all, this is the time for the good to be repaid for all the deeds that's been done and all the bad that's been done to the good people, right? The good die young. Bad things always happen to good people. This time is going to be good things happening to good people and bad things happening to bad people. Have you not been seeing what I've been telling you that's going to be happening in 2026? Bad things is happening to bad people every single day. The good people, you might feel a little bit drained sometimes. You might feel a little bit depressed sometimes. It's not going to be on top of the fucking roller coaster every single day. You might have to go down to come back up again. Like I said, fail forward. Every time I fail, I always fail forward, just like Denzel Washington said. But I've been doing this my whole life. It's just certain things that people say that, wow, that's what I've been doing. So the answers that I've been seeking, someone just said it. And it wasn't that one time that I heard it. I kept hearing it, fall forward. I kept hearing it, don't put off for tomorrow what you can get done today. I kept hearing it. Don't ask nobody for nothing. Don't take anything from anybody. And if anybody offer you anything, say no thank you. If you can't buy it twice, don't pay for it once. I kept hearing it. Do the right thing. I kept hearing it. Do the right thing. I kept hearing it. Do the best you can. I kept hearing it. Do the best you can. So the only time that I'm gonna listen to something and think that it's confirmation and instead of just resonance is when it's something that I've been hearing my whole life. It's something that I've been doing my whole life, and somebody else that's maybe on the same battlefield, fighting on the same side as light as me, they're gonna hear my message, and then something I'm gonna say is gonna resonate with them, and I'm gonna hear their message. Something that I'm saying, something that they're saying is gonna resonate with me because it's something that we've been hearing our whole life. We haven't had that sweet life, like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. We haven't had that spoon in your mouth. We had to go out there and get it. We had to watch our parents work hard and barely get anything, and we had to, you know, enjoy and be grateful for what we do have. So the things that's happening now, I'm telling you, when you listen to this message, it's not just gonna be any type of message that I've ever laid out or anything that I've ever said or anything that I've ever preached before. Good things are going to start happening to good people as we see bad things happening to bad people. We've seen bad things happen to good people. Now we're not seeing bad things happen to good people. We're seeing bad things happen to bad people, but we haven't seen good things happen to good people. But I'm here to tell you, this is that time. 2027, heaven. 2027, heaven. 2027, heaven. Lieutenant 7 at your service.